Alrighty. Hi everybody, this is my friend Mia, and she is here to talk to us today about her experiences being discriminated against for identifying as queer. And so what was your most significant moment being discriminated against that stands out to you the most?
My most significant moment would not have actually taken place in America. It was actually in Peru, which I guess could be more or less assumed because they aren't as educated there. They are in a third world country. And sometimes the advancement of LGBT learning education is not at par where it is, especially in California. But I was in Peru, and it was just the beginning of my coming out stage, and I had only come out to friends, no family, because I was more hesitant to come out to them and what they would think. I had Googled LGBT centers or groups in Peru, and I ended up finding one in the center of Lima, and I went there, I think it was twice, and I made some friends, and I had two friends who, one identified as lesbian and the other one as bisexual, both females. And one day we decided to go out for lunch, and we end up going to some random restaurant in the center of Lima, and we're eating normal, having a conversation, and toward the end of our meal, the waiter comes up, because he was the only other person in the restaurant. It was us and him. He seemed pretty bored, so he came up and started a conversation. Hi, how are you? How's your day? How did you guys meet? Was the big question. And the lesbian friend just blurts out, "Oh, because we're lesbian." And the waiter's face just like, it drops and then it rises again, just like this weird, like, I don't know what's happening. And he looks at us and he goes, "Oh, so you're like a trio." And we're like, "No, we all are just females who like girls, and we happen to be friends hanging out. Like, it's possible to not be attracted to every female on the planet and also just have two friends." He's like, "Oh," he couldn't understand it, and he's like, "Oh, but you guys are like all dating." Like, "No, we're not. We're not a trio or something." So that was the first part of that meal, and then he goes to the back of the restaurant, maybe 2-3 minutes, and comes back with a hat, some sunglasses, and a cigarette in his mouth, and also his camera. And he comes in like walking all snazzy, and we were like, "What just happened?" And he comes up and he goes, "Hey girls, can I take a picture with you?" And we were like, "No, you can't take a picture with us." He's like, "But come on, I've never had lesbians in my restaurant before." And we were all very taken aback, because we're not some zoo animals or some sort of show just because we happen like girls, and we weren't doing anything either. None of us were kissing or even hugging for that sake. We were literally just sitting down eating our meal, and he was, "Oh my gosh, please just let me take a picture." And you could tell he got all dressed up to take this picture with us. And we were like, "No." And the lesbian girl, she flew out of her chair, stood up and went behind the guy so she could not be in the camera. And then me and the other girl were sitting there like covering our faces, like, "No way. We don't want to be in your picture just because we happen to like girls." And so we end up getting up, leaving the restaurant, like running out of the restaurant, covering our faces, don't want to be in his picture on a wall in his restaurant with like a label that says lesbians that sat in my restaurant. And the guy ends up following us out of the restaurant, like yelling, like, "But I just want a picture, but I just want a picture." And like that was the first time of me coming out where someone had treated me differently. It's, if you look at it from maybe an outside perspective, they're like, "Oh, but it's just a picture, it's nice." But no, I felt like a zoo animal. Like I was some weird attraction that like happened to come by, like if there's some hippo in the road and you're just like, "You gotta take a picture." And like we look like normal people, I'm a person. Like, and so that was definitely my most shocking and the heaviest load that I've had to carry in terms of being LGBT, and especially like that was when I was just coming out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, are people going to start treating me like this when I come out all the way?"
Right. So then moving on from that, did that alter the way you acted, or like how much you would be out in general in terms of like casually, identifying as queer? And did you ever feel like you were an accessory? Because that's sometimes a feeling that members of the gay community have.
I felt that sometimes within my groups of friends within Peru, because I did spend a lot of time in Peru, so I ended up making very close groups of friends. And sometimes when I'd come out to people, because I do like to mention it casually so that they know that it's something I'm open to talking about, instead of saying like, hey, let's sit down and then make it some serious topic. Like I'd rather have it be some open, like just ask me questions. Like sometimes when I mentioned I had a girlfriend, their heads would just kind of go, what? Like, I don't get it. Like, I dress pretty feminine, and so they were just like, wait, what? I don't get it. Like, it doesn't make sense to a lot of them in Peru. And then like they try to ask me questions like, oh, but how do girls like it? And just like that. In that sense, I would still be like the queer person in the group. Like I was in a cheer team, I was the only queer person. And then in America, not so much, kind of an item, as you mentioned, because I tended to, whether it's intentionally or kind of subconsciously, filtered out the people that just didn't accept or I know wouldn't have accepted me to begin with. Most of my communities here they are LGBT, so I know that they'll be understanding. And it's kind of how I managed my friendships here.
Yeah. And so, is there a difference in the way you've been treated between being in the United States and Peru based on your sexual orientation, do you think?
In America, since I was born and raised in California, Southern California specifically, I've always been in very liberal environments where everyone just was very open about it. So in America, I wouldn't say that I was treated differently or I tried to act differently. I was just like, here's what it is, deal with it or not. And most people have been pretty accepting of it, especially the people that I surrounded myself with, because I was always with more liberal crowds. In Peru, with the more conservative crowds, I tended to find most of the liberal crowds just because like that's where my where my wants just led me. It definitely you act a little bit differently. Yeah, you're more hesitant to come out to everyone there, but at the same time, I try to treat it the same. I'm like, you know what, this is this, and that's how it is. I try to treat it the same in both. And I kind of try to ignore just some of the differences with the faces that they give me in Peru, because I'm like, you know what, at some point your country is also going to have to be more accepting, because like there's lots of people that are gay, and whether they're out or not, they're gay or queer, and that's that, point blank.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully moving forward, all countries eventually someday are accepting, but I guess for now we'll have to settle what we have in the United States. So, but thank you so much for doing this interview and for talking about your experiences.
Thank you for having me.